I mean, what a game, honestly. That was a heck of a game from Michigan's offense, um, especially towards the second half. This Michigan defense is anger inducing. It's really bad. Um, Hopefully, we can improve next year on defense, but I mean, just this defense needs some work. How you let the thing that made me the most angry with this defense, and I'm being a little quieter because my throat hurts from all the yelling. I really shouldn't be talking. I waited a little bit before I should, you know, made the video, but th- this this defense, the thing that made me the most angry is that 2 point conversion that Indiana Rutgers made to get into the end zone to tie the game made me very angry. It looked like we stopped them and had that win right there. Um, Instead, Michigan's defense decides not to stop him before he gets in the end zone, and this game proceeds to triple overtime, where Michigan would finally seal the deal in a 48-42 win. Some things I thought about during this whole game. Quinn Nordine, he is terrible. Um, After the week 1 game against Minnesota, which we did win that game, that was our that's the last time we won until today. We were on a 3 game losing streak. But in that Minnesota game, we didn't have Quinn Nordine for whatever reason. He couldn't play. And we had Jake Moody in, who could also not kick field goals. And after that game, I was like, I want Quinn Nordine back. Well, now I want a new kicker. He is just terrible. He missed 3 field goals, two in during regular regulation, and one in overtime. Um, I hated the way Michigan played so conservatively in their first drive of overtime, in the first overtime. I mean, it's 4th and 2. Just give it to Hassan Haskins and freaking just truck forward for 2 yards. Instead, they decide we're gonna make Quinn Ordine go out there for the third time and kick a field goal that he can't make. And I mean, he got closer to making it than he did before, but still, you could tell as soon as he kicked it, it's not gonna go in. Quinn Ordine is absolutely terrible. It's not the fault of the holder. It's not the fault of the snapper. It's not. It's not any of their fault. Rain didn't play a factor. It's all on him. He can't kick field goals. He can't do it. He's not good. He can't do it. Um, so take him out, please. Take out Quinn Nordine. I don't know what you do. Put Moody back in. I have no idea, but neither one of these guys can kick field goals. I mean, Quentin Nordine can kick an extra point like it's nothing. He can kick down the middle like it's nothing. He can kick it. I mean, it's not about length. It's not about distance. It's not about how far he can kick. He can kick it far enough. He just can't angle it right. It's about accuracy. He can't accurately kick the ball the way he needs to. He kicks it very middle, very straight, um, which is a problem. Um, as for the offense, Cade McNamara, I've known about this guy for a while. I believe he's a sophomore now. He needs to keep playing. I mean, Joe Milton couldn't do anything this whole game when he was in. Um, couldn't get anything done for Michigan. Cade McNamara comes in and completely dominates. I mean, not dominates, but he completes his first 7 passes, 7 for 7. Throws four touchdown passes all game for the whole game, which he throws 4 touchdown passes and he has 1 rushing touchdown four touchdown passes in this one game where Joe Milton has thrown four touchdown passes all season. We need to keep, and this is in 5 games. We need to keep Cade McNamara in this. McNamara, I don't know how you say his name. We need to keep him in the game. He needs to keep playing. He's our starter, without a doubt. He is our starter. In my eyes, Joe Milton has lost his starting job. He just hasn't played good. I mean, he looked fine in week 1, but ever since then, he just really hasn't looked that good. Um, And, Cade McNamara is a talented dude. He's shorter, a little bit shorter than Milton. Milton's about 6'5". McNamara is about 6'1", about as tall as me. So it's, well, about as tall as me. He is as tall as me. We're both the same height. Um, but that didn't seem to affect him, even though he's a shorter guy, smaller guy in general. He can't sling the ball 1,000 yards like Joe Milton can, but he can throw an accurate football. Um, on his second pass in the game, he throws a touchdown pass, giving us our first points of the game, and he was in for the rest of the game and won us this game for sure. I mean, he was very good. He can even run the ball, which is a good thing. So, in my eyes, our backup quarterback, Caden McNamara, which I'm sure he wasn't expecting to play. He is our player of the game on offense. And um, he needs to keep playing for the rest of the season. He needs to play next season. He needs to play a season after that. He needs to keep playing unless somebody else comes in and does better. But you can't do much better than what he did today. So, I mean, you can, but I don't think Joe Milton's going to be able to do what Cade did today. So, kudos to Cade McNamara for getting in the game. He probably didn't expect to play, but he was ready, which is a good thing. He was ready just in case. So, and there was talk about him playing this week. So, and he has had some games where he has played. In the barely any time he's played, he's done better than Joe Milton. I don't know why Joe Milton won the starting job. Um, but Cade, I mean, as long as he keeps this up, it could be just beginner's luck. I'm going to hope not. But if he keeps playing like this, he needs to stay in. He is excellent. So far, he's excellent. Um, we'll see where this goes. We'll see if he improves or if he goes down the toilet. But as far as I'm concerned, as of right now, he is our starter, and he needs to stay in. Um, and that's just the way it is. And it's good because he's a young guy. He's a sophomore. He's gonna be around for a little bit. So if he keeps playing like this, I'm okay with him being the starter. Um, just this game in general, though, took way too long. I mean, Michigan sort of cleaned up the penalties too, which was also nice to see. I'm gonna switch hands here. We cleaned up the penalties for the most part. We didn't have a whole lot in this game. We usually have about 10 or so penalties each game. Cleaned that up pretty much. I don't know how many penalties we had, but it wasn't that much. We weren't stopping every other play because of a penalty. We didn't have a penalty till pretty far into the game, which is nice to see. Especially from that Michigan defense, they did clean up those kinds of mistakes quite a bit. That is one improvement I've seen Don Brown make with this defense. Other than that, it's about stopping the screen pass. I mean, we could not stop the screen all night. It seemed like they would run the screen, and it was as simple as and running for like 12 yards, or at least 8 or 9. It seemed like Rutgers averaged 8 and 9 yards per screen pass, and it seemed like towards a little bit toward the end of the game or in the fourth quarter and overtime, we didn't really allow that much on screens other than that overtime touchdown that they scored on their first drive. Or not their first drive, but their first play on that drive, where they kind of threw the screen and there was nobody there and he just ran all the way. Um, but for the average college football fan who's not a fan of either one of these teams, this was a really fun, exciting game for me. It was stressful. It was a lot of yelling. But in the end, a win's a win. I'm going to support my team till I die. And you can make fun of me all you want for celebrating a win against Rutgers. We needed a win. A win's a win in my book, and I'm not going to complain about winning, no matter how ugly it looked. Offense improved tremendously in the second half. Um, I mean, went from scoring 7 points in the first half to 48 by the end of the game. It was very good. So I'm I'm happy we won. Got our next goal is preparing for Penn State next Saturday. Penn State is going to be angry. This is going to be they're 0-5 for the first time in franchise history. I'm scared we're going to give them their first win, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we do because Michigan, they just do that kind of stuff. So, um, but a win's a win. I'm glad we won tonight. We haven't lost to Rutgers in 6 years. I mean, our last loss against them was when they first joined the Big Ten back in 2014. So we've won 6 straight, including the 2020 season where we're having a down year, and Rutgers is having an up year. So that still says something. Never had to go to overtime against Rutgers. We've always dominated them every year we play them. I mean, it was what 20 after the 2014 game, we've dominated every year. It was 49-16 in the 2015 game, 78 nothing in that 2016 game, 35-14 in that 2017 game, 42-7 in that 2018 game, and then 2019 it was 52 nothing Michigan. So but we still got the win, 48-42 in triple overtime. Michigan is 4-0 all time in triple overtime, so we keep that streak going, I guess. So, great job by this offense. In the second half, really improving and getting better in the second half here, and the defense, um, even though they largely played badly in this game, um, they came up clutch in the end with that pick and gave us the win. Um, Even though I'm glad Michigan won, I wish they didn't give me a heart attack every time they played, but or won a game. But uh, I'm glad it's over because it was just when we were down 17-0. I was just silent. I was just sad. I was just laying in the bed, just watching this game and being depressed. And then by the second half, when we caught up and we were finally, we had a spark, and we finally caught up to Rutgers, it was anger every time we made a mistake. It was anger for a lot of it. There was some celebration, but a lot of anger and anxiety and stress and just a lot of, like, I hate this. I hate games that go into overtime, especially triple or quadruple overtime, which I don't really remember the last time Michigan went to a quadruple overtime. I think the last time that happened was Penn State um, a while ago, and we lost in quadruple overtime. But I don't remember for sure um, if that was our last one. But, anyways, I'm rambling too much. Michigan wins 48-42 in triple overtime, beats Rutgers for the sixth straight time, and we got to prepare for Penn State. I think we got them we get them at home, um, and we just got to focus on winning. Got to focus on winning. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and let me know what you guys think of Michigan. How do you think they're gonna do against Penn State? And that's it.